All right, what's going on, guys? I love prototype knives. I just do. And what I really like is when I get, first I ended up with the production version of the Red Horse Knife Works War Pig. And then I ended up with the prototype version of the War Pig. So I love having both the original, the prototype, and I'm just going to wipe this off. There's a little bit of fingerprints there on the blade, which was bugging me. So I like to have both so that I can compare and contrast them and just, I can see the natural progression, right? And that's not just with production knives. I also have Ed Kim's from Red Horse Knife Works. He's the owner. His very first knife that he ever made and sold, the Ronin. So this is like a pre-prototype. This is just a knife that he thought was good enough to finally sell. And I am excited to have it. And I'm sure he cringes every time I pull this out. But I digress. Let's talk about these. I have another prototype over there that we'll talk about in a minute as well. So the production War Pig, the prototype War Pig, there are some subtle differences. I talked to Ed about them also because I didn't even notice a couple. But the first thing you're going to probably notice is the flipper tab. It's a little bigger on the production version. I think he's going to go back on the next run and make them a little bit smaller again, which is the beauty of doing multiple different runs. You can find out what works, what doesn't necessarily work, and you can tweak it in version 2, version 3, version 4 if you like, okay? One of the other big things is the thumb hole is really enlarged on the production. It's much bigger, which is good because it doesn't really work on the prototype for me anyway, because it's small. You had to get your finger in, and then I think you're giving it too much pressure on the back, and it just doesn't work. Doesn't work for me. I can't even reverse flick it, which I think is a stupid way to open knives anyway. But just for demonstration, I can't even, I can kind of, sort of, maybe do it on the production. Okay, they did tighten up the action. It is much better on the full production. Now, these are made overseas. No question about it. And there are challenges. Everybody thinks, oh, it's just easy. You farm it out to an OEM overseas and, you have no problems. No. You still have problems. You still have drama. You still have issues. And talking with Ed, he goes, yeah, sometimes there's struggles. There's communication issues. There's the time difference and communicating in a timely manner. Language barriers, all of that goes into that. Now, he also did mention that the blade was canted a little bit differently on them. I think it's so slight, I don't really notice it. The handles and scales look about the same. The carbon fiber is slightly a different weave, maybe. Let's just zoom in on these a little bit. So there is a little bit of a difference in the carbon fiber, but not drastic. That carbon fiber by nature is not going to look the same from knife to knife to knife to knife to knife. There's always going to be some very subtle differences. The pivots look about the same. Titanium bolsters. Lock bar, pretty much the same. Pocket clips are the same. So not a lot changed. So it just kind of shows that he nailed it in the first versions for the most part. Now there will be subsequent runs and they may be slightly different. I think it's a great knife. It's a cool knife. I really am glad that I have both of these. This one here, Ed loaned me for the video. This one I won in a raffle. And I will, I'm not even going to link the unboxing video because there was some comments in there that I just leave up. I leave up most all the comments because whatever. But yeah, somebody got really kind of irritated that I won something, I guess. I don't know. You can go look for it if you like. But this one now has been gifted to Alex over at the Watch and Cut channel. He has a custom or mid-tech War Pig. And Ed said, dude, when you're done with this, just send it to Alex and tell him it's my gift. So super cool, super exciting for that. But I get to keep the prototype. Now, the other prototype I have out here today is the Todd Fisher Sr. battle. This is the very first battle that Todd Sr. made. It's a model that's really famous from Frank Fisher, who created, designed it, and perfected it. Todd has started to make a few, and I got a chance, this obviously number one, prototype, but I got a chance to handle the fourth one that he made, that a buddy of mine, Tim, bought up in Canada, and Todd Sr. sent me that one, and then I sent it up to Canada. Man, just in 4 knives, and I know it was, a couple of several months worth of time. The number 4 one of this is way, way better than this first prototype for a lot of reasons. Action's better. The ergonomics are better. The feel in the hand is better. The blade shape was slightly tweaked. I mean, it's just a way better knife. And that's not to say there's anything wrong with this one or this one, or for that matter, this one. By today's standards, this is kind of junk. At the time that it was made years and years and years ago, it wasn't. It was more on par with what was being done back in the day. So, yeah, you can't judge a book by its prototype, if that makes sense. I know that's kind of a weird analogy, but you know what I'm saying. So I love having prototype knives in my collection because it shows where a maker came from to where they are today. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a special thing for me. I would, like, at some point, I'll probably build sort of a sub collection of just prototype knives. I think these are the only ones that I have. I'm trying to think. I think these are the only prototype knives that I own, but I could be wrong. I think that is, though. But anyway, doesn't matter. Now I'm just rambling. So thanks for watching, guys. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And Ed, thank you for, one, doing the raffle for your dog. And I hope she is doing way, way better after surgery and all that. And thanks for gifting this one over to Alex. He is super excited. I tried to keep it a secret, but I just couldn't. So he's super excited. And I will be sending this down to him in just a few days. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.